Hello, this is your Commodore Ty Coles here with another Lower Decks review. This one will be Season 1, Episode 7, Much Ado About Boimler. Okay, so it starts off with a nice little stinger that leads into the episode. You see the Lower Decks crew exhausted. They just must have had a huge, busy shift. And then Tendi comes in with this dog, but it was genetically engineered. At first it doesn't look like it is, but then when she leaves, it acts all crazy. Mariner's like, wake me up when it's important.
Oh God, not a normal dog. Wake me up and it turns into something I need to care about.
Like, dude, this dog is like, had his head turned around backwards and crawling up the wall and stuff, and you aren't even the slightest impressed? Okay. So we get into our show. The senior staff, which is your captain, first officer, and security chief, are on this COVID operation to plant some plants.
Captain Freeman, Shax, and myself have been enlisted to join the mission due to our expertise in the germination of roulotte seeds.
So they get a temporary captain. Mariner's not too impressed because she's like, oh crap, I hope we don't get another caretaker overbearing captain like Jellicoe.
Bobcats never know what they're doing. They're all like, buffer the phase coils. And we're like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking
I
about?
don't want some babysitter Jellicoe type hovering over us.
I might be in the minority, but I like Jellicoe. He was a competent captain. So, but it ends up being an old friend of hers, Captain Ramsey.
Here we go, babysitter time in 3, 2, 1. Amina? There she is!
So she takes command, and she are buddies. But the staff that she brings with her are kind of like, oh, you're still an ensign? Boimler was hoping to make an impression with her, but instead, with helping out Rutherford, testing his new transporter, he became phased.
Run me through it again! Do it again! Do it again! Man, I thought I solved this. What? Sorry, it's just the last part of the transporter process. It can be a bit sticky.
So he's going around like half solid, half energy. So that ends up causing them to call another ship, the USS Osler, which is a medical ship, and they take him away to a colony to get fixed.
Get to the spa? I wasn't sure how many books to bring.
Do not trouble yourself with the journey. The farm cures all.
The Cerritos is in a mission to meet up with the USS Rubidox, but it fails to show up. So they get worried, so they go after it, and they find it drifting in space. Not many people have talked about this, but here's another trope about Star Trek that Lower Decks is really poking at. It's like whenever you see the same class starship, that same class starship is either destroyed or in ridiculously bad condition. Look at it. Like, look at the original series. When you had the Doomsday Machine, or you had the Omega Glory, or how about the Tholian Web with the Defiant? In the Next Generation, you had the Yamato, and then in Deep Space Nine with the Galaxy class of the Odyssey, and a Defiant class USS Valiant. Boom. So it seems like when it's not the hero ship and it's the same class, that ship ends up getting destroyed by some sort of means. You have Mariner as the acting first officer, and she's failing miserably. Like, she can't do anything right.
Initiate long-range scan. Mariner, if you don't mind. Oh, me, right. Sure thing. Here we go. Sorry, hold on, Ash.
Perhaps Mariner isn't as apt as you recall.
But her friend keeps giving her chances after chance after chance to show that she's good, because we all know Mariner's good. So they beam on board the ship to find the crew in a hysterical state and all the power gone. So they reboot the power and they're like, no, the monster will get us. And then something, like some sort of creature decides to reemerge. And that's when Mariner becomes a badass Mariner again. And takes command, confidently takes command, and saves everyone.
I don't want to die in space. I don't want to die in space. We're all gonna... Pick her up. We have to get to the bridge. That's where we beamed in. There's a good chance we can still get a signal out.
During that time, her friend's like, what the hell's with you? And she's like, and Mariner admits playing stupid because she didn't want to get promoted.
You were taking a dive, weren't you? You figured out I was going to offer you a spot on the Oakland. Yeah, well, maybe I didn't want my best friend trying to trick me into a job I didn't want.
Why? I understand you not doing that with your mother, but it's your friend, someone that you grew up with, you went to school, Starfleet with, someone that's legitimately trying to give you a chance, and you're like, no, I want to be on lower decks. I like being an ensign. I like being coasting through life. I'm like, great message to send for people that follow Starfleet. If you are so miserable and you don't even want to work with your friend, why then bother? Go be a merchant. Go be a courier. There have been many examples in Star Trek of individual people exploring the galaxy. Be one of them. I understand your parents are in Starfleet. Why? You're going to make yourself miserable to get back at them? So that whole thing just is idiotic. Getting back to Boimler, he's on the Osler. Great callback to the animated series with the captain, as we've seen that alien before. And you see a whole bunch of other disfigured people showing failed experiments in Starfleet.
But aren't there specialists who specialize in this?
Skeletons and Joe exposed to delta radiation. Or Allison Sanderson, neutrino field transporter accident.
You see even the slug from Threshold.
Hi, Anthony.
So they get pissed off because they've been on the ship for so long and saying there is no farm. That's what they were calling the colony. There's no place to get better. So they try to throw a mutiny. Boimler squeals.
If those freaks think they can mutiny, they're in for a rude awakening.
No. The only reason I told you so nobody gets hurt. We're all Starfleet. We have to follow the rules.
I am the rules.
We can talk this out.
Just as they were about to launch them out the airlock, they land at the colony.
Wait, why is the air not being forced from my lungs?
The farm. It's real.
Ta-da! And Boimler gets better. So he's back on the Cerritos. And that's pretty much... And then Tendi says goodbye to her dog, and the dog talks. So at the end of the day, Mariner saves the day. Boimler gets better. It's a decent episode, but unlike the last few, I think this one was a decrease in entertainment value for it, especially with the Mariner storyline. That was just complete garbage. So I would say I'd give this a 5.5 out of 10. Manageable, but it had potential and they didn't do anything with it. So for your Commodore Tycols, live long and prosper. Hailing frequencies closed.
Thank you for watching the video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, watch one of my other videos, and if you can show your support by donating to my PayPal.
So for Commodore Ty, live long and prosper. For now, until next time, the hailing frequencies are closed.